Hi, I'm Crystal DeBacker, Media Coordinator for the City of Alstyne, and I'm sitting here with Angelica Peña, the City Council member for Alstyne as well, and we're continuing on our City Leader interview to get to know our city leaders. So, I have known you for years now, so
Yes.
between us both being local agents, we also do the Alstyne Newcomers group together.
Yes.
So I've got to know you pretty well, but share with us a little bit more about who Angelica Peña is.
Oh, absolutely. So I am a mother of 3 kids, ranging in ages from 14 to 2. So I've got kids all over. I am a relatively new resident to Alstyne. I've been here for about 4 years. Full-time mom, also full-time realtor, and just someone that loves to volunteer locally. So
Yeah. And you listed a lot, but at the same time, I feel like I'm thinking of so many other things that you also left out.
Yeah.
Because you do so much around here. So how did you start by getting involved in Alstyne?
Actually, it's just something that I've always done wherever we've lived. We relocated here because my husband worked for Lowe's at the time, and we settled in Alstyne because it was perfect, just like everyone else does. And anywhere we've ever lived before, East Texas, or even my hometown, which is San Angelo, Texas, I've always been involved with city government or just local charities, just different. It's just part of what I always liked to do. So as soon as we moved here, one of the first things I did was volunteer to be on the library board. So.
Yeah.
And I now serve as the president, which is fantastic.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah,
I didn't realize.
I love being a part of that board and just helping with anything that I can locally.
Okay, so you started on the library board, and then I know that you transitioned to help with Alstyne Newcomers as well.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
So Alstyne Newcomers, I met an amazing lady by the name of Judy Womack. Actually, I attended a newcomers meeting and she was the head of it, and she put on such an amazing presentation, and I've always kept a good connection and like rapport with her. And one day she just came to me, she was like, "Hey, I can't do this anymore. Do you think you would take it on?" And I was like, like, I don't know if I can. Like, there's so many other things that I do, but I couldn't say no to Judy, like, ever. Like,
Right.
I love, and I know that you know her too. And I was like, I can't say no. So I took it on. I love being able to meet new people and letting them know about all the fantastic things about Alstyne. And then luckily Judy introduced us.
Right.
And then we both collaborated on this initiative. So it worked out perfectly. So honestly, couldn't do it alone. I'm glad that you helped me with it. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
how
think
that
it's a
came about.
passion project as well. It's something
is.
that there's so many little things that make Alstyne so special, and our ability to have something like the newcomers group where our city leaders come and they pour into community members, and they put themselves in a hot seat to answer
Yes.
questions and to share. I think it's just something, it's a gem of Alstyne, and I
It
love
is.
doing it with you.
And it's so good to see, people come to the meetings and then find out so much about Alstyne that they wouldn't have otherwise known. Or I feel like everyone that comes has a question or 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And it's so great to be on the spot with our local leaders, like our mayor or our city manager, Lane, and that they get their questions answered right then and there.
Yeah.
And they know where to go from that point on too. So
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
such a benefit.
Absolutely, we're going into our 3rd year.
I know.
It's crazy.
exciting.
Yeah. It's crazy to say that out loud. 3
Exactly.
years.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So you've gone from that, and now you are city council member. So tell us what that looks like for you.
Yeah, I feel like it's just like a transition. Like
Yeah.
you started off just like, here I am volunteering, and I work with newcomers, and then here at the library, and then this opportunity kind of presented itself. I'm very, very passionate about growth in the city of Alstyne and things like that in general. So when that spot was coming up, actually, it kind of like, even before then, I had a conversation with Katrina. We were at La Cima, and
Katrina Arsenal, another
yes, city council member. And we were not even talking about city council in general, but our conversation evolved, and she was like, "Oh my God, you'd be perfect for city council." And I was like, "No." And I was like, "Wait a minute. I think I could do that."
for you.
And so from that conversation, I noticed that there was an opening. And then I also spoke to our mayor and our city manager, and I was like, "I don't know, kind of would like to do it, but I don't know if I'm the right person for it." And they're like, "Well, put your name in the hat, right?
Yeah.
See if, you'd have to run a campaign, and, anyone that wanted that position would have to do." So I was like, "Okay, I think I'm going to do it."
Yeah.
And then I did it. And then no one else ran. So I didn't actually even have to do a campaign. I know that a lot of people don't know who I am because I didn't have to actually officially run. So they probably don't even know that I'm a city council person. Here I am.
You're so involved. I'd be surprised, especially with the schools. I think that being involved in the schools in Alstyne is a great launch pad to really helping, because it leads to conversations like we have with Judy. It leads to more of those opportunities of where can I help? People that want to help and be involved will always find a way. And you are very involved with your kids and their school and things, and you're going to meet more people. So I think you're probably pretty well known.
Yeah. I don't know. I want to talk to the mayor about that specifically. I was like, I'm just afraid that if I try to be on city council, everyone's going to say, "Well, who is that?" So this is actually great to do this video. So maybe
Yeah.
people will be like, oh, okay, now we know a little bit more about someone
Absolutely.
that's on city council. So,
Absolutely, yeah. That's absolutely the goal with these interviews. Is we've got people that are making decisions and leading the future growth of Van Alstyne, and people don't know their origin. What led them to get involved, and knowing that everyone is human, a person, has a family. You're invested in the community. You're invested in what the future looks like because you've got children here.
Yeah,
your
absolutely.
life is here, right? You're established here, so
Yes.
it's exciting to know.
Yep. And this is where we're going to stay. Like, we love this place. I mean, I have my personal business as a real estate agent. My husband just opened his business. Our kids, I mean, I've got a 2-year-old that hasn't started the school system. I have Ruby, who's in kindergarten at Parton, and then my son who's in high school. So yeah, we'll be here for a while.
Absolutely. So outside of these organizations that you volunteer for in Van Alstyne, what else are you doing?
I spend time with my children. I'm very heavily invested in their education. We like to spend time together and like just hang out as a family. I feel like with sports and all the city council and just work, we're all so busy all the time. So it's having like dedicated time spending together and doing things like intentionally is like what we do together as a family, and I love it.
Very cool.
We even just like, it's as simple as like staying home, hanging out with our neighbors. Like, we live in a really fantastic neighborhood and we all get along and all of our kids play together. So like, we just spend time together with our families. So
I love that.
yeah,
Very
same.
cool. So obviously you get to kind of get advanced information, a lot of what's coming to Van Alstyne, what's upcoming. As far as what you can share publicly, what are you the most excited about that's coming to Van Alstyne?
I'm really excited about the Heinz Park that's right behind Georgetown. I mean, it's a fantastic area, a very large area. It's going to have a fishing pond that my son is super excited about.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's going to have trails and sidewalks that connect. And we're talking about all the way from Highway 5 and Forestmore Park to that park to the high school. So I'm really, really excited about that.
Yeah, it'll connect. The walking trails will connect all of the parks in Van Alstyne.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
it'll
so
be very fun.
exciting.
Yeah, of course.
And
adding
much
more
needed.
outdoor activities is very exciting for Van Alstyne.
Yes, because I'm also a runner, and I run like today, like in my neighborhood, but as well as Forestmore. But I'm really excited about like furthering that track and going even further. So it's so exciting. I love that we're doing that park.
I'm excited too, especially for the fishing. That's something that most small towns don't have, something that they can go to that's, I should say, legal. It's not some like random pond that they shouldn't be on. So to be able to offer something like that right in the middle of town, it's very exciting.
It's going to be a gem, and I'm so excited for it to open. I know we're about a year out, but I'm still excited. I drive by it all the time, and I'm like, can't
We're
wait.
not a year out. May,
exactly. Even less than a year.
like 5 months.
Good night.
I
Yes,
know.
you're exactly
Tops,
right.
Yeah. And then as far as what is currently here, are there specific businesses that you're frequently heavy right now?
Speaking of gems, our downtown is an incredible gem, and we've got so many great businesses. Jafar's is probably one of my favorites as far as food goes, but we go into Romano's every now and then Peak Boutique and Honeysuckle Rose. Gosh, see, like, there's so many, but they're all so
You just
great.
picture yourself walking through
Yep.
downtown.
I
This
just like
is my
stop here,
path.
stop here, stop here, stop at Myth and Ember. Yeah, it's awesome, and it's great to have these options here locally. We don't have to go, to McKinney or anywhere else. We have all of that here right in downtown Van Alstyne.
Yeah.
So
That's one of the exciting things about being in the city council meetings or the EDC meetings, and then discussing what kind of businesses or what industries, what we should pursue to fill downtown and the other business of Van Alstyne. And hearing that collaboration is fun because anything that I might commute for, it's like, oh, that's exciting to think like that might be in Van Alstyne
right here.
soon.
Yes, exactly.
So you're involved in the city council. You're involved in newcomers. You're a real estate agent. So you're really impacting quite a bit of Van Alstyne. When it comes to what you're doing in Van Alstyne, is there a specific legacy that you're hoping to leave when you are no longer volunteering or active?
I think, honestly, it's just, I'd like for other people to know that there's ways of getting involved. I feel like when people move here, that's kind of like their question. Well, they have several different questions when they move here, but one of them is always like, how can I get more involved? And knowing that there's commissions and boards and they're always seeking more people, just maybe helping other people know that if you have a servant's heart, which I feel like I do, there's ways of getting involved, and it's pretty easy, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I started with the Chamber of Commerce, went into newcomers with you, now I'm with the city. There's always stepping stones. And like
Exactly.
I said, I think all of the boards, the library, there's many organizations looking for volunteers.
And even if it's like volunteering at your church or doing anything, there are so many ways. And I know not everyone can dedicate as much time as other people can, but every little bit helps. And anything that, so if someone is willing to, there's always a place. So.
Very well said. Well, thank you so much for sitting down with me. Is there anything else that you wanted to share with the Van Alstyne community?
No, other than that, I'm just excited to be here, and I know that I'm excited for our growth, for all the new and exciting things coming to Van Alstyne, and glad that you're on board as well. So that's about it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. It's very nice to sit down with you.
You too.